Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to Collector's Corner. I'm your host, Gaymer. Thank you all for diving back headfirst into me and into this game series that is Dragon Quest HD-2D 1 and 2. So if you can believe it, it has been a full year and some change since I dropped the Dragon Quest III HD-2D video, so I will leave that in a card at the end of this video if you all want to check that out if you did not see that. But this is giving me the closure I needed for this set, because if you all will recall, and if you're new here, the Dragon Quest III came with a book, basically had a slot for 1 and 2, and I have been itching to complete this. My OCD of having something that is not complete has been rampant. I am super excited because this will complete the trilogy in its entirety in terms of the remake. Last year, I actually ended up picking the original 3 on a Japan exclusive Nintendo Switch cartridge I found when I was out in California. So that was really cool. So you all will see that later in this video. But in order, apparently it is recommended to play 3, 1, and 2, as 3 is the prequel and it starts the trilogy off, and then 1 and 2, and it will actually give you the context you need. Alternatively, you can play it 1, 2, and 3, which is really interesting because as I was prepping to basically record all this, I was like, oh, they pulled a Kingdom Hearts, because, you know, Kingdom Hearts, they did 1, 2, and then they also did all these prequel games like Birth by Sleep and 5 over 2 days. So if you're a Square Enix fan, this will be nothing new to you. If you're new to the Dragon Quest series like I am, and also very complex story and chaotic storytelling, this will not surprise any of you all. But let's get into the unboxing of this video. This game, like most of Square Enix Collector's Editions, can be a pain in the butt to get after the fact. So I made sure to secure my copy as quickly as possible, and I'm really glad I did, because I would say these typically sell out a month before the release date. So if you know you're going to want a collector's edition of any of Square Enix's titles, make sure you secure your copy sooner rather than later. If you're on a budget like I am most of the time, try and secure it the last minute, like before the last minute, which is usually about a month in advance of the actual release date. If you can afford 2 months, do it sooner, because the closer you get, the more you are gambling with fate, and you may or may not get it. However, I will say you sometimes can get lucky with these collector's editions. Sometimes people cancel their orders. Sometimes they have one left in the back. I really don't know, but I have gotten lucky sometimes after the fact. So you do have to check the website religiously, and they are exclusive to Square Enix's website. So keep that in mind moving forward. This particular collector's edition of the game only came with the actual acrylic figures for 1 and 2, as you are seeing currently, and it came with a base copy of the game. The actual book was exclusive to the Dragon Quest III, so if you do not have that currently, your best bet is to look on eBay, and I wish you Godspeed. Because I do not know what those are going for currently, but I can only assume it is not, it's definitely a pretty penny in terms of what we are looking at. So we are going to take a look at both actually opening the game, comparing the acrylic figures side by side in this video. And as you can see currently, my completionist is very happy inside me, because I've got Dragon Quest III on the left and Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD Remake on the right. And the copy I picked up of the original trilogy is on top. And if I remember correctly, I believe this is a Japan exclusive. Feel free to correct me in the comments below. But I picked this up. I just loved the art style. And at the time, this was before 3 or 1 and 2's release date had been announced, so I decided to go ahead and pick it up. Cool fun fact about when you actually insert that triple pack into your Switch, you actually do get 3 apps on your Switch. So they're individual, but you do obviously need the cartridge to play them. And the other cool thing is that you can actually see some references to that Nintendo Switch game that I picked up on the reverse cover art. So that was a really neat little plot twist that I did not see coming. So really, really excited about that. I have not played any of the Dragon Quest series, but I am very much excited into getting into this series. I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone, which was mainly just Kingdom Hearts up to a certain point. But since then, my palette, as you all have seen, I'm sure with the games that I've been collecting, has expanded quite rapidly. So I'm very excited to check out these games in their HD-2D form. And from what I have seen gameplay-wise, it reminds me a lot of what they did with Octopath Traveler in the HD-2D engine. Just some of the gameplay elements look more first-person, which is fairly interesting. So I will be interested to see how that goes in terms of my enjoyment of the gameplay style. But that is going to do it for me today, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know in the comments below if you are picking up any of these titles, if you picked up 1 and 2, 3, or just one of them, or if you have any tips or tricks for the games when I go to play them. This will probably be my first foray into the Dragon Quest series. Truth be told, I do actually have the mobile versions of Dragon Quest all the way up to 8, I believe. I know there's a few of them that haven't been ported over, but the ones that are available on the App Store, I do have. So I just have yet to play any of them because there's the backlog is ever growing, as I'm sure you all know. Let me all know what you liked about this collector's edition, what you disliked, if you all preferred anything in terms of like the aesthetic, like did they change anything compared to the previous aesthetic, or if you liked the upgrades. Personally, I am very happy with this. The only issue I have is that the acrylic figures are not the same size in terms of the box. So the sizing is a little off here, but I digress. I'm like, I can't be too picky here. But that is going to do it for me today, ladies and gentlemen. Feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, dislike if not, subscribe if you're new. That button does sparkle when you press it. And I'm your host, Gaymer. I will catch you on the next one. Peace.